Good morning, everyone. It's Jazz. Hope everyone's well. I'm actually getting a bit of kickback with the. Don't know what's going on. Yeah, hang on 1 minute. Let me sort my. I think I'm going to go back to the usual one. Yeah, hang on 1 minute. Let me sort my. I think I'm going to go back to the usual one. Yeah, hang on 1 minute. Let me sort my. How's that? Is that better? Better, isn't it? Let me know if you can't hit. There's a bit of a delay, isn't there? Hang on. Right, let's have a look what's going on in the chat. So, yeah, let me know if there's a delay. There's something weird going on. I can keep hearing myself. I'm not sure what's going on. Let me come in and out. Hang on. Might be a bit better now anyway. But anyway, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's well. Hope you've had a good. Not too sure. There's something going on with the volume, which is kind of bit pissing me off. But anyway, listen, it is what it is. I can hear myself echo. I'll just have to get on with it. So anyway, good morning. And I hope there is some chatter in the thing going on. Good morning, that was me. And then there's Troja's early. Good morning. I know, mate. I was a bit upset, mate, about what was happening at Reading, but it is what it is, isn't it, mate? What can you do? Hello, 1 2 1 2 testing. Hello, can you hear me? I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna have to struggle on. It's doing my nutting. This is right. Costa coffee for Trodge. Good luck for you, mate. I got up so early. I'm feeling a bit better than yesterday. I've taken some medicine. So I feel a lot better now. Hang on. It's all fixed now. So apologies for that. The sound, everything's all fixed now. So right, there we go. Let's go through all the chat. It's all busy early. All of you are busy early with your coffees and everything. So that's good to see. Needs 4 shots before discussions. Oh God. Yeah, it's all sorted out now, mate. There's another window secretly open in the background, and it kept on echoing everything I was saying. It's driving me mad, mate. So I hope everything is okay. Blue Baron, you're on it, mate. Top boy you are. Morning, mate. Hope you're all right. Is a bit of that, mate. So anyway, lovely to see so many of you in the chat today. It's a transfer window talk show, and like the headline, what I'm saying is that there's 7 days coming up, next week coming up, is make or break for the large part of the window in terms of our main targets coming in or not. And we all saw the performance at Reading yesterday. It was kind of below par, I felt. Rice done well, Bowen done well, Zuma and Agar look good together. Downs is coming along nicely. But that's sort of the main decent players we've got. I think the others have got a lot of catching up to do. And we're looking at 5-6 positions that we need, isn't it? We need the fullbacks to be improved on. And actually, I've got to be honest about something. I know I kept sticking my head out for Areola. I wasn't too happy with him yesterday, actually, but it goes back to what I was saying. I want him and any goalkeeper to play the full 90 minutes. If pre-season finishes and all he's got is like 2-3 games, like half a game in each of those, what kind of crap's that, you know? So I know their second goal that was ruled off, that went under his legs, and I wasn't too happy with the equaliser they got looking back. So hands up with that. But if you want Areola to be your number one, you got to play him 90 minutes, as many games as you can, getting ready for that, really. But anyway, enough about yesterday's games. We're going to talk about transfers, and I'm just going to share my screen, and we're going to go through each of those 4 players I've highlighted, and perhaps 1 or 2 others that come to mind or you want to talk about in the chat. But basically what I'm saying is this week coming up, it's going to get hot, like the headline says, and it's going to get hot for West Ham fans. It's going to be all these stories and bids that have gone in and lingering for many days and weeks. I think it's showdown, lads. This week is showdown in a yes or a no. We move on, and it's really critical. So let me share my screen with you all first. Right, let's have a look. So I want to talk about, Broja first. He's gone to the US. He's carrying a slight knock, but we don't know the reality behind that. But what Sky are saying, who again are reasonably reputable sort of, media sort of names to look up to in terms of any rumours and things like this. Darmish from Sky, obviously, he's doing so many West Ham things this summer, and he's fairly reliable. So what we're saying is that we put a package together. It looks like it's 25 million plus add-ons. There's 30 million for Broja. And they're just going to sit on it, Chelsea. And what all my feelings were, but let me know in the chat, is that now we're a top 6, top 7 club the last 2 seasons. I don't think the likes of Man United with Lingard or Chelsea with Broja, I don't think they like the idea of selling anyone to us, because we were kind of finishing around them at the moment. But he is David Moyes' number 1 target in terms of a striker, before I come on to the other chap. So this is David Moyes' number 1. And the player and we want to get things done fairly quickly, I think. But I don't think this is going to happen. And I don't think we can hang around. I think he might be available in the last week, but I'm not sure they'll give him to a top 6, top 7 competitor, really. So for me, I can't see this one happening, purely because I think Chelsea have sent Lukaku backpacking. They're not happy with Werner, and 1 or 2 others. They've been crap. Sterling's come in, and they want to look at Broja, and they might give him till Christmas in the first team and then think about it. And it's up to them. It's their player. Why should they be rushed? Think about it. The football's in the other sort of shoe. You know what I mean? You just got to think of it that way, really. Same with Conor Gallagher. They want to look at him, but these boys could be available with a week to go, but it might not be to us. So I can't see this happening, because they're going to take their time and they don't want to help West Ham, really. So let's see if there's any more stuff coming in. Loads more here at the moment. Hang on. It's back, isn't it, mate? Everyone I'm speaking to, the COVID's back. This is my 2nd time. I think I started on Wednesday. I went into Liverpool Street office where I work, and I think I got it that day. Only going to London once a week, and I felt like I had a flu on the Wednesday and never thought I'd got COVID till I had my haircut booked yesterday. I thought I'd take the test yesterday morning, and it came out with it. Yeah, everyone's got it. Morning, hope you're okay, mate. And I think I went for a barbecue Friday. Everybody, half of them came from families that have had it, so everyone's kind of getting it now. It is, isn't it, Troge? This week, mate, is going to be make or break, and I'm happy about that, because we're all getting sick of the gossip, aren't we? Especially with Lingard, who we'll come into in a minute. We want yay or nay and move on and bloody get someone else in. Do you know that? Bang on, mate. That worries me now, because I did want Pope in, to be fair. But out of the Fabianski and him, I think Areola is better. But Pope would have been sweet for me, mate. We're thinking of giving him another contract extension. I don't see why. Him and Benrahma, for me, are just not the number 10s that we need, get week in, week out. I don't think they can. So many games again, Lanzini goes missing in the big games. He's not physically strong enough to put his foot on the floor, foot on the ball, and control the tempo of the game. He's not like the Wolves 2 boys, Neves and Moutinho, those kind of players, Yeah, we'll come into that in a minute, mate. We'll come into that. Yeah, so I think he's Moyes' number 1. 20 years old. Again, I keep saying not much of a risk. Just need to score a bit more and he'll be fine, I think. Very good team player. That's what David Moyes wants. Brings people into play. Good touch. Can keep it up. Very mobile despite being big. So for me, I don't think you're going to see yes or no in this one. This is going to drag on. But I think West Ham, in the meantime, I think are going to perhaps move on to Luca. I think we're going to move on to Luca. I think that's the news that I'm really hearing now. So I'll bring that news up to you now. Yeah, we'll come into that in a minute. God, his name is Shamaka now, isn't it? Shamaka? Macaroni, isn't it? Yeah, so there we go. There's the news. So I think in reality, and what's probable is Shamaka, I think. 34 million bids gone in. PSG, I think, are going to sign up Hugo. TK, is it the one we were looking at last couple of windows? So I'm not too sure what's going to happen with this one. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? I've fixed it now. I think. Let me just check to see what's going on. You're having nightmares with the system. Apologies about that. Let's go back to let's go back to Broja again. Let's go back to Broja. Let me tell you what I was talking about. Yeah, let me go back there again. Can you hear me now? Oh, bloody, I'm in a nightmare with this bloody platform this morning, hearing myself echoing, all sorts going on. Yeah, so Broja, in summary, I don't think this is going to get over the line this week or anytime soon. And I can't see this one happening in this window because Chelsea, I don't think they want to sell to us. And Lukaku's gone. There's no other decent striker there. They're going to bring this boy in, have a look at him till Christmas and see what happens after that. And we're not going to hang around. If he doesn't say yes or no this week, I think West Ham don't want to make the mistake of previous markets where they wait and not do anything and panic. And the other targets are gone. So for me, this one's a no-no in this window anyway for me, which is kind of disappointing. The other boy, this one is likely to happen, I think, because PSG have already bought Hugo and TK. He should be over the line next couple of days if it hasn't already happened. We were after him last couple of windows, but PSG have got him for around 35 million, I think. This is going to be 35 million plus add-on, so it's going to hit 40 million pound. I saw him this morning again, the footage. He looks good. Good footage, good control, good on the ball, can bring people in, and he's got a great shot on him. He looks very sharp. 7, 8 caps for Italy, 16 goals last season for a kind of average team like Sassuolo. We got to go for. I think he's got good potential. and hopefully the scouts have been looking at him over a number of games during the season and not only thought of him now. So for me, this is likely to go ahead, I think, if anything. The other thing, obviously, before I move on, let me have a look at. Yeah, Trojan's going to be 18 million, isn't it? If this one, was it 50? I was saying that we've spent, isn't it, so far? 30 on Agard and about 10 each on Areola and Downs. About 50 million, isn't it? Plus Patrick Kelly, the youngster, coming in. We got rid of about 6-7 players. We didn't spend anything in January. Maybe we're using some of the Czech investors' money. I'm not sure. But for me, I always said it, Souček, Benrahma, Vlasic, they're going to go out the door, mate, to supplement these type of players who, to be in fairness, they're quality, not quantity, isn't it? We could easily go and buy 10 million, 15 million, loads of them, but David rightly, I think, is looking to get 1 or 2, 30, 40 million each every window, like Zuma, isn't it? Fair enough, I think. Fair enough. Yeah, so for me, I think this one is, and I'll be okay with it. I'm all right with it. I think this one will happen this week. I think things will begin to move on this. Should be quite close to getting this one done, I think. Broja. I think the other player I want to talk about is, where's he gone again? Is Amado Onana from Lille. That one I think is going to happen as well this week. I think that again is looking at 32 million. I think we've had a bid of 20, 25 turned down. And this again reassures me or confirms that Souček is on the way out. This boy's a real deal. Just earned his first cap for Belgium. Monster, 6'5", and I think he's going to be brilliant with Rice. And then we got Downs as well as a backup. Because I don't want to rush the boy. You know, he's looked good so far, but I don't want to put too much weight on him. This boy can take the weight. He's 6'5". He looks like he's 6 foot wide as well. He's a monster. And I'm happy with it. And I think Liverpool were looking at him, but obviously you're okay at the moment because they do have spent a lot of money in some other position. So let me know. I think Luka and Onana, they're going to come in. You're talking 70 million. That will take out spending to 120 million, is it something like that? So you can't complain with that, can you? So you'll have a striker, you'll have really good CDM, but then you're going to bring 40 million in at least with the others, I think. So you're going to look at it. So it'll probably be about 70, 80 million, which is okay. I mean, it's not huge when you compare to Arsenal, who are about to do a deal for Zinchenko, 30 million. It's been agreed, just waiting to do the terms with him. And they bought Jesus, didn't they, from City, who's settling in well. So I think 80, 90 million, and you're bringing in 4 or 5 good players, or maybe even more. That's not too bad, I think. So let me know if you want any other. I mean, we do need fullbacks, but they might be freebies or loans or really, really low key for that. But for me, see, the other thing about the scout again is this boy Onana. He was bought for £6 million 12 months ago from Hamburg, and look at the profit. That's a scouting. That's a scouting network for me. If you can pick up players for under 10 million and make some money on them, that's good. I mean, okay. I mean, if Rob Newman has identified Onana, tell me in the chat, is that a good job? That we're not getting any bargains, and he's certainly not really secret. All the clubs know about him. He's won a cap. When a player wins a cap, he's not secret anymore. So is that really your scouting network doing a job? I thought scouts are meant to look for unknown targets, value for money, or maybe Moyes identified him and the scouts go out and double check things. Let me know in the chat what you think. I think, Mick, what it is with Onana, with those 6'5" legs, mate, he can make, you know, I don't know if some of the older people remember Carlton Palmer, those long strides, you know, just when you think a player's escaped him, he brings the ball back. So I think despite being big, I think Luka's mobile. He's got good touch. He can keep the ball, bring people in, and they are mobile. They're not going to be Salah. I have to admit that. They're not going to be Salah's speed. But Mick, I think they are mobile. They're sharp. They can move around and make things happen. That kind of thing, really. I mean, more switched on in terms of being a striker than Antonio is sometimes, you know. Well, all the time for me. So I think these boys have energy and stuff like that. So that leaves, obviously, Lingard, doesn't it? Before I go into Lingard, Lingard's one is a bit complicated still at the moment, but let me have a look at one or two other things. It's a big team, isn't it, mate? 6'5", 2 6'5", two big centre backs. Areola's a lot bigger than Fabianski, isn't he? Yeah, so the team's been beefed off a bit more. But I think, obviously, pace has to... I think Bowen's okay, isn't he? Bowen's got okay pace. Rice is kind of mobile, isn't he? Antonio's quite rapid. But if we sign that big CDM, big striker up front, then I think we need pace in the fullback's position and this number 10 that we desperately need. Like yesterday, it was just we need people with skill opening. So I think Lingard's got pace or someone else. And the fullbacks we hopefully will be signing at some stage. That's where the pace is going to come from, I think. And we'll see what happens with that. Again, I know it's a very crucial season for Fornals as well, people like that, because people are just not sure the split base between Benrahma and Fornals and things like that, really. So let's talk about Lingard. Apparently, he's not going to the US MLS. He had two very good offers, and he said no to that, apparently. Instead, out of the blue, a surprise move to Saudi Arabia has come on the horizon, and they're willing to pay him nearly 200 grand a week, which is 10 million a year salary. That'll be nuts if you went to Saudi Arabia, really. But that's what's come in. We have tabled an offer, like I said, to Lingard a few weeks ago now. There is another team from the Premiership who are competing with West Ham, and they think it might be, well, they're not sure, but they think it might be Newcastle. But Newcastle, I mean, to be fair, they're quickly going in for players and they're pulling out. So I don't know, despite the money, whether they do have a strict salary structure, which is good to see. And they are being careful about it. I'm not too sure. But his decision, we are told by The Athletic, as an example, will come by next Friday, July the 22nd. So we will know by the end of next week what's happening with Lingard, and that couldn't come any sooner for all of us. And I don't know why he's dragged it out himself. The longer he drags it out, the less time he'll have to be proper fit for his new team, really. And so it's out of Saudi Arabia and us, I think. And I mean, it's hard to... My heart says he's coming. Head says he's coming as well. But you never know, do you? But I think he'll come. But then you're thinking, why didn't he come one or two times before, or a few weeks or a month before? Is it because no one else wanted to pay that crazy money and we're last choice? I don't know. You can think about whatever you say, but the money we're spending, we need to keep pushing for Lingard because he is a free transfer, and that'll help us to perhaps put more money towards a fullback. So you've got to think of it that way, that it is worth just sticking your head in there for now. And so I think Lingard will happen for me. I think Luca's coming, Skamaka's coming, Onana's coming for me. So let me know in the chat if those people come in, and then the focus is going to be on the people leaving then after that, and fullbacks coming in. And then there'll be a good window, I think. And hopefully, don't forget, if you're not happy with the team at the moment, especially after yesterday, I'm just thinking we have a fully fit squad. Everyone is fit. And if you're still not happy, which we shouldn't be because there's so many gaps in the squad, then it's not good, is it? So it looks like everyone is fit because Oggie's back, isn't he? So we'll see. Mandy's. Oh, chat's going nuts at the moment. Let's have a look. That's what I saw, Troj. I saw him volley a couple of shots from the edge of the area, mate, and they were good shots, not like the Antonio ones. And that means confidence. He's not afraid, and he looks like he kind of knows what he's doing, you know. So hopefully he doesn't suddenly have a really good season and then not quite fit for the Premiership. I know a lot of you are worried about Paulo Di Canio, mentioning that he doesn't think he's a right fit, but don't take that too seriously. I think you never know with these things. Well, another interesting point is we all agree, I think, that we need two strikers, don't we? So if the big boy comes in, we should look for another alternative. Don't have to spend... We're not going to have that much money anywhere, but I'm sure somewhere there should be a loan because you've got to use the loan market. You know, other clubs are cleverly using the loan market, Spurs especially. So we should always get these three main people in, and then get the fullbacks, sell the 3-4 you want, and bring in a couple of those loans. I think, and I do think we need another striker. We need two really in that kind of area. Yeah, I know. Lingard can play in that position. He's very mobile, very clever, travels very well with the ball, doesn't he? Which we all love, with pace. I remember a couple of times we weren't quick enough for him, and he's like waiting for everyone, like, "Where are you?" So yeah, Haller's just, I don't know. I wasn't very happy with him anyway. What he showed when he was here, you know. Yeah. All these players that are mobile, we link with, even Broja, they can move. They can move on the ground and get a shot quickly out the way, out their feet. A bit like Defoe used to, but Defoe was small, gravity and everything. Like some of these big boys can do it. It's risky, but I suppose everything is, isn't it? Because what's happening is every player, even like Liverpool, the guy from Porto, he looks like he's done okay. I think the trend is, as soon as you have one season, you're propelled to being the star. It's 40 million, and if you don't sign him, it's going to be 80 in second year. You just got to go for a punt, haven't you? And it's 40 million a lot these days. It looks like it's the average fee at the moment for players, so perhaps it isn't as much as we think, isn't it? I think that's the spirit, Randy. We've got to go for it. We've got to go for it. We've done our homework. He's up there in the one or two top three that he wants, Moyes. That's the thing. He never used to put him out about. I continues used to say, "Look at the size of him," and he just doesn't put it. You know, he doesn't shove the centre halves that way. He just stand there like being a bit soppy, like, you know, needed help and things like, "Can I hold your hand, please?" That kind of thing. You know, just didn't do anything with Ajax. I mean, it's a weak league. They pay like, is it 4-5 up front? So not good, mate. That's true, mate. That's true. Is it? I haven't heard. What's that? Is that what they want to move? I don't know. We've had lots of good people from Italy, Di Canio, Zola, and all kinds of people settled in well. Did he? Oh, wow. Oh, my God. That'd be fun and games, wouldn't it? But we got Nolan in the backroom team. So, but Piercy's gone. Piercy would have looked after him, wouldn't he? So might need Piercy back. Pierce did say, Stuart Pearce, that he will be back in terms of days here and now. So not as a permanent member of staff, but coming in on the odd days to help out, really. Moyes, yeah. Broja is his number one, but Mandy, I don't think Chelsea are going to sell him to us or to any club this window, because we finished quite close to them. That's why Man United didn't want to give us Lingard. They said, and they're all right. We finished 1 or 2 points behind United, didn't we? If we got Lingard in January, we would have pissed it to Europa. Sorry, the language. You know what I mean? So they've been a bit clever about it, and I think West Ham cleverly need to give them reasonable time and move on. You know, and so be it. And if he's available on a loan with a week to go, maybe we can go back in for him, knowing that we've already got the big boy in the bag. Oh, that's interesting. That doesn't look good for him, then, does it? But young players are good kind of. They kind of recover quite quick, don't they? So see what happens with that one. Tell me in the window, what do you think about the 4 that I think we're going to sell in terms of money we'll get? I mean, do you want to sell? Well, I don't think it's up to us. I think Souček's going to go. I think Vlasic is definitely going to go. He scored yesterday. He still looked understandably unhappy. There's still 1 or 2 things in his game yesterday that weren't quite up to scratch. Do you think Benrahma's going to go? I think he will. You never know. I think he will. Let me know in the chat. Do you think these 3-4 boys are going to go? And obviously bring in some more funds. I don't know. We're not good at sort of earning a lot of money for our players, are we? So we'll see what happens. We love it, don't we? I might call that one of the shows, Good Moaning Show. That's a good idea, mate. Good idea. Oh yeah, we're still linked. The thing with Sarri is he was injured a lot last season, and a lot of the players we're about to sign or link with have got a very good injury-free record. And touchwood, since Moyes has been in, like I was saying, it's been good. Even Antonio, we've lost some of his bulk. It's freed him up a bit, and he's not getting injured. That's all we can say, you know. So I like Dennis. I like Dennis a lot. I saw him, and I like what I saw last year. Again, could keep the ball quite well. And I think David's interested in players that can play in those wing strike forward positions. I think even Arteta was saying about Jesus, saying that they won 2-0 against Everton yesterday. He scored, and every game he's played, Jesus, he set goals up. He scored a couple, and he told him that I'm going to play you in any of those three up front positions. You know, either up front by yourself, on the wing. So those are the kind of players that managers are looking to buy that can help you out in numerous positions up front, really. No, I think Troji's on a good whack, mate. Good salary. We're spending. Looks like we're planning to spend big in the window. Well, for West Ham anyway, and I think he's going to have to go, mate. I can't see anything in him. I don't know. He's got no pace. Looks a bit small to me, mate. I don't know. Not for me. Not for me. It's just that players like Vlasic, Benrahma, and Lanzini in the big games, they just seem to be bullied out of a lot of situations, and you don't notice them. That's what I noticed. You know, I know Modric used to be small, but he was always like, "Give me the ball, I'll set it up." And I don't see it from these three. They play them against Norwich or Nottingham Forest, and you might get half a decent game out of these boys. But if you're playing really big teams, I don't think you're going to see anything from these guys. That's just what my gut feeling is, really. Yeah. I would love to have, I'd like to keep him, give him one more year. Yeah, he deserves that. He's a good worker, good lad. But I'm just thinking, mate, that if we're going to sign, you know, Onana, 32 million, Luca, 35 plus add-ons, 70, and he already got Agard at 30. You know, West Ham, mate, we're going to have to recycle some of them, really. I mean, I think Chelsea perhaps not going to quite go in for Rice, but that room is always in the background somewhere. Like, I can't see that happening. You know. Yes, Mandy. I think that one. I think it's going to happen this week coming up. I think that one and Lingard will get over the line. So it could be that medicals will be hopefully arranged at the end of the week, because it might take a couple of days for the terms to be agreed and that kind of thing, an installment plan. But I think Onana and Luca and Lingard, it's going to happen the week coming up. I think by the end of next week, you're going to have a yes or no for Lingard, and I think you're going to begin to book medicals in for Onana and Luca by the end of next week, I think. But you never know with West Ham. Something might show up in a medical. You know what we're like, trying to get a few discounts and that kind of thing. So, yeah, Trojan, I don't know why we're looking to give him extra 1 year. For me, you should move him on now. I don't think he's physically quite got it week in, week out, you know. Yeah, I think that's getting close. Yeah. I think we're going to get that one over the line. We can't keep just upping about $1 million, 2 million, and someone might just come in at Newcastle and just grab him. Because time's running out. I was saying yesterday, pre-season, we've got 2-3 games left in the qualifier coming, haven't we? Got Luton, Rennes, is it? And then, yeah, that's about it. So we need to bring these people in. Yeah, I know what you mean. Let me just close that for me. So, yeah, so let me know. Let me know what you think of any other players that I haven't covered. But it looks like the big striker's coming in. A big CDM is coming in alongside Rice, and I just hope it doesn't mean Chelsea are going to come in for Rice. I don't think so. But it is with the view that Rice is probably going to leave next season, unless something extraordinary happens in the season, which is fair enough. We've got to get good money for him. I don't know if we're spending his money in this window. You never know, do you? So you never know the way we're thinking. It might be something to appease the fans and things, but I think the fans will understand players these days. You can't stand in their way, especially if you're not in the top 4, top 6, that kind of thing. And so I think the big striker is coming. The big CDM is coming. We've got a really good player in Downs. Areola's got me worried now, everyone. So we'll see what happens in that position. It's all fun and games. Lingard, I think, hopefully will be coming in. It seems to be 50-50 now. It's getting close now. And that will obviously mean, I think, Souček's going to be leaving. Benrahma, Vlasic, Diop. And then what that will mean is there'll be some money in the pot to bring in look at a fullback position. And I would like to bring in another creative number 10, I think. Or I don't mind if you keep Benrahma and see how him and Lingard, but I heard they don't get on. So I don't know. I think you need two creative players, and that could be Lingard or Benrahma. I'm not relying on Lanzini. Eriksen's already gone, and I don't know how many more they've got lined up who can provide assists. That fullback we spoke about who played in Germany, he's an average defender, but he can whip it in from the wings. He's lots of assists coming in. Maybe we're looking at that. And that is where the pace will be addressed, I think. At the fullbacks, speedy fullbacks, speedy number 10, Bowen's okay. And then I think we'll be okay, I think. We'll have a... But I think the fullbacks is a concern, I think. It's a very important position. I know they all are, but not to be impressed with sticking Johnson at left back and things like that. It's just not good. Yeah. So that was Mandy's last comment. Yep, did that one. Yep. More luck from me, mate. Yeah. I know. I think Fabianski's going to start, mate. I had that feeling anyway with David Moyes, and yeah, that's my feeling at the moment. Yeah, Luca, you're a nutter, mate. How you doing? Appreciate you coming on all the time, mate. He's a weird character, isn't he, Vinny? I hope you're doing all right. I think he's a weird character. He's just... But he just lit the place up when he came, mate. He's one hell of a different player he was than what we had. And he looked head and shoulders above everyone at the club. We loved David Moyes, loved him. Moyes never shows his feelings sometimes on the ground. With Lingard, he used to run from the touchline, grab him, give him a cuddle, like he's my golden boy. Do you know what I mean? So, but then I don't know if that felt bad for Benrahma, like got your favourite kid in the class, like, so a bit of that going on as well, Oh, they probably want to shoot me down, mate. No. I don't know, mate, but yeah, hopefully all right. Oh, I got runny nose. Hopefully get better and better. I do feel better. The temperature's gone. Got a bit of a runny nose, a bit of a croaky. Got my old lemonade can here trying to help me through. Yeah. Another thing, you guys, is that I think the tickets are going on sale in stages for the conference qualifier, which is on a Thursday. They're not sure about the date yet until the draw's made. So let me have a look when the draw will be done. I don't know if any of you guys know. I'll have a look at that while I look at the chat and then see when the draws will be. So is it called the second qualifying round draw? Let's have a look. Oh, that was on 15th of June, that was. Group 1 main. Yeah, trying to see. I don't know. Third qualifying round draw. Let's have a look. Let me show you something on the screen. Right, third qualifying round draw. It's tomorrow. The third qualifying round draw for the conference is tomorrow. I don't know what time, I'll have a look, but it is tomorrow. Playoff 2nd of August. Group stage 26th of August. Okay, 18th of July. Let's see if anyone else knows. I think, Mandy, what it is, it's generally been agreed that July 22nd is the next Friday. That's the date he's going to let all the clubs that have submitted offers, whether he's going or not. So next Friday, because he can't keep teams hanging on, it's just out of order. We submitted an offer about 3-4 weeks ago, and I thought we were going to get him within a week, and the guys just run off to America and dancing on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? So I think the decision will be met next Friday, and at the moment, clearly everyone just thinks West Ham is a certainty to put in a bid, and Saudi Arabia trying to get him in, and then Newcastle and Spurs have gone a bit quiet. I don't think Spurs have got room for one more midfield. They're building up a big squad already. He's not going to be cheap on the salary, and I don't think Daniel Levy will fork out and not play him that much. So my reasons are that there's only 1 or 2 in for Lingard, and he's dragged it on far too long already. You know, pre-season is finishing soon, and he's generally told it's next Friday. Everyone's going to know about that, really. Yeah, but I think the managers are getting really picky these days, like Klopp and Conte. Very, very strict on getting people in early, aren't they? Which you noticed. You know, even when the January window starts, Klopp is usually the first one. First day opens, the players through the door, walking around, you know, changing rooms and stuff like that. Yeah, he did, mate. And any player who had his grounding under Fergie, you got to give him some clout, mate. It shows the quality, doesn't it? No, he didn't, mate. He didn't. Yeah, he didn't. The second goal for Reading, which was chalked off, went between his legs, and then the first goal, he got his hand to it, but wasn't quick enough. Not impressed with that, mate. The wingers are a bit different because we don't play with the wingers, do we? We're 4-2-3-1. So what we really need to do is sign some cracking fullbacks with pace that can bomb up and down with good delivery. Those will be your wingers. Those will be your wingers and provide you the width, I think, because four at the back is a flat back forward, and you've got your 2 sitting CDMs. They're not going to be wingers. Then the 3, like Bowen or Benrahma, they're your kind of wingers, aren't they, really? So if we get that big boy, which you're going to, then when you're looking at the 2 wingers behind the striker, it'll be Antonio and Bowen. And that looks good suddenly, doesn't it? And then someone like Lingard in the middle. There you go. So you've got Bowen, Antonio, Lingard behind Luca, and then you got a little bit of money left who buys rapid fullbacks, and then it suddenly looks amazing, doesn't it? Because I couldn't, yeah. So you could have Areola in goal, Agard, Zuma, 6'4", 6'5", big, quick people in the middle, left-footed, right-footed. 6'5" CDM next to Rice, Bowen, Antonio, Lingard, Luca up front. How does that sound in the chat, eh? Not bad, eh? Yeah, they got Wood in, didn't he, running around, but he's an old school, isn't he, Wood, isn't he? Battering ram, isn't he? Yes, his last move, isn't it, mate? And he is taking his time. Yeah, you just got to look at that, what he did for us, mate. He nearly got us into the Champions League. I think Chelsea were 2 points ahead of us. And if Moyes had bought a Rice replacement when Rice was away for those 3-4 games, we were in the Champions League, mate, you know? Really, Michael, I'll be surprised, mate. I think the players that we're looking to sign soon and the amounts, mate, I think we're going to have to release a couple. Age-wise, Lingard, yeah, 29, I think. He's not 30 for a good while, I think. Good number of months left. And I think that's very young for a footballer at the moment. Just sad that the last 2 years he's just kind of wasted, really. Yeah, settling in very nicely, but I want to bring him in slowly. So get that main CDM in, and he can come in and out, few the cups, and then I like to see the boy being brought in like that, really, because it is a tough league, Premiership, you know. And I want the boy suddenly in against Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's a bit asking a bit too much of him, really. Luca, stop it, mate. Oh God. Yeah, he does, mate. He does. Yeah, but do you want a bit more from him when we're playing Reading or Ipswich or Boreham Wood? Or you see what I mean? I mean, yeah, he scored with a free kick, but I don't know. Like I said, I want to judge him when the league starts and we've got a reasonably hard game, and I want to judge him then. Yeah, so I know he can do it in these games. He's okay like that. Yeah. First half was terrible, wasn't it, mate? Not much was going on, but when Rice came on, then we zipped it much more quicker. Look much better, didn't we, mate? But Downs, he looked good. Bowen was sharp, wasn't he? Looks really fit. Looks even better after being, joining the England squad. I think that's done him good. Rice, as always, absolutely brilliant, really. And again, Rice hit the post. How many times does he do that? And Tony's the worry for me, mate. His form, it just it's the same where we left off last season and up to Christmas. And Tony just does not look like scoring. That is a worry. So I hope we can just get this big boy, put Antonio back in, slightly less pressure in terms of finishing, and we get the old Antonio back, really. Barging down, touchline, knocking 2-3 players out, crossing it in, and then someone can finish it. We're looking at 20 million, they're looking at 10. That's the problem. And we never get any money for our players, so we're waiting. That's the deal with that. It's a good deal for Fulham, good age, got Premiership experience, so London boy already, so it's up to them. Yep, yep. What about in the chat? I wanted Ashby to start. That boy interests me a lot. There's something about him. I know that sometimes defending he can be out of position because he's so aggressive going forward, but I like that. In all the friendlies I've seen him, he can't get enough crosses in the boy. Remember Fredericks? He couldn't cross, could save his life. I like Ashby's attitude. He's quite aggressive. I think there's something there, isn't there, to be worked upon. If he can sort his marking out, perhaps his positioning. Yeah, there's something there. I wanted him to start, really. Yeah. Yeah. Again, let me know in the chat. The thing with Areola is I would want to play 90 minutes in as many games as I can. Half time here, it's not doing anyone any favours. You're coming in half time. It's a different pairing, centre backs, different. It's all over the place, isn't it, really? God, I'm struggling a bit now. Maybe the medicine's wearing down a bit. Bowen's contract, I'm not too sure, mate. I'm not too sure at the moment. Let me just hide that a minute. Bowen's contract, I will let you know. I think that is a worry, isn't it? If he carries on the improvement that he's doing, then next year, forget Rice. You got to worry about Bowen as well, really. I don't think he's signed that new deal, is he? So a new deal was offered, a bumper contract was offered. I don't think it's been signed. He's 25. I'm not too sure when his contract runs out, I think. Yeah, but they have offered him a new contract, a bumper contract. I don't think they've had time to sit down. Perhaps they're busy trying to bring new players in, really. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what the deal was. This is usually 4 or 5 years, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look, mate. Probably got a couple of 2-3 years left at a minimum, I think. That's the thing, isn't it? Let me know what you know in the chat. I think this pre-season, especially the Reading game, has split the fan base. Half of them, like me, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with what I saw yesterday. My son went to the game. Just thought it's just pretty average. There's nothing to be excited about. And it's all to do with the squad. We've got no striker. We've got no one who can create anything. And it's been in all the games. It's been predictable. Antonio just looks lethargic again. Just not quite at it that he's going to score. And then the other half are saying it's pre-season, Jazz. Don't worry about it. But some people are getting a bit worried, saying, because they're looking at what Arsenal are doing, what Tottenham are doing, what Villa are doing, what Newcastle are doing. Chelsea, you're going to have money. Liverpool's squad has gone through the roof. City, Haaland. People are concerned, you know. Big time, mate. I think we made a mistake. He's not up for the Premier League for me. Not at that 30 million price anyway, mate. I think he just had that quick flash in the pan in Russia, and because Lingard said no at the end, we panicked and we went in for him, mate. Because at minimum you need pace, don't you? In his position, he hasn't got it. We do, because Lanzini ain't going to provide it in most of the games. Noise Benrahma sometimes, and that's it. Yamo's gone. Lost 5-6 other players. Eriksen's gone to Man United. Lingard is one of the last ones left. 3. We gotta get that one over the line, because I think Brentford are going to sign that the Hull winger, isn't he? Who looked quite creative and good. So I'm hoping if Lingard says no next Friday, that we've got 2 to go for, who are very skillful technically. Another interesting player who hasn't quite settled in, Buendia at Villa. Amazing assist record, 32 million. Tell me in the chat what you think about Buendia. Would you go in for him? Because I don't think he's getting a regular game at Villa, and they spent 32 million on him. That's the kind of player we need, isn't it? But I don't know if you guys agree. If he's worth it, so let me know. Let me know in the chat. I like Koufalia. Hopefully, he was up and down last season, but I know he had 2 injuries, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But what I like about him is aggressive. He loves to bomb up and down. That's what I like about him, you know. Johnson at left back, that's not fair on the lad for me, and it's a concern. He hasn't signed his contract, and I don't think he's happy. Would you be happy if you're left back, right back, left back, centre back, left back, taken out of the team again? He can't get a run of games under his belt, and he can't get any games in his preferred right back position. And where's the development there? We've lost 2 youngsters now who are saying things like we're not happy with not being given the chance. That is a bit of a concern, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's all about pace these days, mate. You got pace, that's half the problem. That he removed. I think they're trying to sell him, aren't they? He's in the market, so he scored. Hopefully, someone saw it, but yeah, he might end up at Reading, mate. At this rate, he reminds me of that Mexican Barrera. Who remembers West Ham signing Barrera because of the World Cup? I mean, we signed Winston Reid because of the World Cup, because he had a good World Cup with New Zealand. That worked out fine, even though you may not know this, a lot of you, but I think Winston Reid was signed as a right back at the beginning, and he played as a right back, and he didn't do too well. And after a while, he came back in as a centre back and did really, really well, really. Barrera, Mexico, we had to loan him out to Mexico for 1 or 2 years, and in the end, I don't even think we got any of our money back. And it was funny watching him. He's a winger and never used to take anyone on, and you knew from that moment when I saw him that, bloody hell, mate, what have we done here? He looked good though, but a couple of times when a cross came in from Reading, he kind of wasn't there. But it's a pre-season and he's a new boy. Plenty of good things to come from him, so don't worry about that. But just seeing what I saw was like a couple of headers they had. He wasn't near it, probably waiting for someone else. It's not easy, keep changing a centre-back partners, you know, and things like that. But yeah, I'm kind of okay and happy with what I've seen. Very good on the floor, a bit like Tony Gale used to be. So as soon as he gets the ball, we're hopefully going to play a bit more from the back, and he's more than happy with that. The only thing, the problem he's going to find if we don't sign the players I'm talking about, there's no movement in our team. So when we're playing from the back, there's no one making that run or making themselves available or taking that risk. Because I keep saying it's all about movement. Like, what is the difference between a £40 million striker and a 10? The difference is movement. They gamble and go into position before the ball's got there because they think or they know where the ball's going to go. And that's how they get their 1-2 inch space ahead of the defenders, you know, with Antonio, because he hasn't got the striker's mentality. He doesn't get there. And then when you're running at Antonio, you can't pass him the ball because he's been marked, because he hasn't got the sense to go somewhere and make space, you know. The good strikers gamble early, far post, left far post, and you can find them. You can swing that ball in and you know they're going to get there because they trust you as well. You know, that's what it's all about. And that's what Lingard had. You know, Lingard was always there at the right time. And we used to think it's a fluke or they're goal hanging. It's not. You look at Defoe, Danny Ings. It's that movement, how they're always there at the right time. Yeah, I know you're right, mate. You think he can make it as a bouncer? You think he's very strong though. He holds the ball up quite well. What I saw of him, so he has got some strength on him, mate. Oh, he would say that, wouldn't he? I don't think Stimac was absolutely that brilliant for us anyway, mate. He was a bit getting on a bit when he came and made good money. And listen, mate, it's not his money, is it? Burning, you know, if I was the owner and I burnt 30 million on him, I'd be jumping up and down, mate. Because there's no one ready to buy him, are they? So that's worrying, isn't it? He wasn't very happy with it either, was he? He didn't look happy, really. He's probably the most unhappiest player I've seen after scoring. But I know in pre-season you don't want to take the mix scoring against Reading, do you? Did anyone else notice that game had a bit of needle to it because of Paul Ince and his son playing? I don't know if it's because of that, but there's some naughty tackles going in from Reading. I think the referee had to stop play a couple of times. And I was like, what's going on here? It's getting a bit feisty in the crowd as well. I don't know if anyone noticed it. It was getting a bit more than normally pre-season's like, you know. Bionic legs. $6 million man, anyway. That is a worry. Yeah. I've sat there London Stadium last season and I don't know where the goal's coming from, mate. And I know the way we're going to attack the other team. And the more we don't buy players or as many players, and the more every opposition knows how we're going to set up and play. You know, we need to buy new players, freshen it up a bit, and especially those number 10s who, especially on the bench, we had nothing on the bench. If it's 0-0 after 65, 70, we've got nothing on the bench, have we? That we're thinking, come on, bring him on, he can change a game. Absolutely nothing. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I love him bombing on, but after that, he does get caught out. Hopefully, that bit can be coached. But I do like the raw aggression in the boy. You know, he's love bombing forward and whipping that cross in. But you will get caught out in the really big games, isn't it? I think Ashby came on after about 67, 62 minutes, wasn't it, mate? And again, it is a very hot day and it's hard. I think pre-seasons, yeah, it is hard playing half a game or a few minutes here and there and things like that. I think if I wanted to check a player out, I'd rather start him than not. Because I don't know what he can do. I'll bring him on at the end. So when you're looking at Ashby, you're looking at the youth team, you're looking at Areola, I would start these players and play them as long as I can, because you know David Moyes is like, we've got 2-3 pre-season games left. He ain't going to bring these boys in again. He's not going to play them in any of the cups. And I think should have played these as much as possible, you know? Yeah, I don't know, mate. But, mate, I don't know what's been agreed, but I would be fuming at that. And it's either that or sign someone else that you would have played then. I wanted Pope, but we haven't got the money for it. That's fine. And Areola's a good price at 11 million, 12. We were linked with Sam Johnston for ages, weren't we? Free transfer. Nothing happened on that end. Pope, I heard the Pope deal isn't as much as you think, actually. We don't know what it is, I think. Let me have a quick look. Does anyone know how much Pope went for? I think it was because of the contract issue and them going down. I reckon it's 10 million. Nick Pope. That's not Newcastle. I told you they're not spending silly. They're not spending silly. 10 million for Pope. That is really, 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 really good. Right, the comments is going nuts. I mean, I'm struggling. I might need a moderator next time. It's going mad in there, but I'm really pleased about that. I just can't see it, but you never know, mate. Football's a funny old game. I just can't see him like in a big game or reasonably big game, him grabbing the ball, taking on a defender, left, right, banging it bottom right. I just can't see it from Vlasic. I cannot see it, but I wish him the best, mate. I wish him the best. That's my worry, mate. It looks like he doesn't want to try too many of them, isn't it? Really, what can you do? But what it is, Vinny, it's a big mistake. It's not a cheap small mistake. Looks like we've made. It's a 30 million deal. I hope a lot of it was add-ons. So that's why we're not playing. I don't know. Because a lot of these add-ons are when you win something, you qualify, the number of games you play. Crowell was a complete waste of a loan. Look how much money. So, we have a go at the owners. But if you were Sullivan and you've seen us, piss up 30 million at Vlasic, add up the loan fee and the salary of Crowell the whole season, that's going to be 15 million. Is it 10, 15? That's 45, 15 million on Vlasic and Crowell. It's gone down the drain. It's not good. Let's try to sort of. I'm just going to see it the way it is. I saw Perkins once. I think it was one of the Europa games. I wasn't impressed. I don't know what he does under 23s. I don't follow it. But that's all I can judge it on. I wasn't too impressed. And good luck to him. Good luck to him if he ends up at Spurs or come back to West Ham then. Because we're not sure where he's going to go. It could be Leeds, is it Newcastle, is it Spurs? And I'm like, is he really one of the highly rated English youngsters? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Very, very good point there, mate. Very good point. I was one of the ones who wanted Diangana to go. I didn't see anything in him. He started off like a train, really, really good. And then after a few more games under Pellegrini, he just got dropped and you could see it. That championship was a good level. There haven't been many players who we've let go, youngsters who've done well, I think. I think Junior Stanislaus, I'll give him a pat on the back for having a reasonable career. I know a lot of it was in the championship, but he kind of done okay. But most of the others, mate, you're right. You're right. They want to sell him. Vinay, let me let you know. They want to sell him. But the worry is, I'll give you an example. I play fantasy football, and in that, when you buy a midfielder, there's an assist column, isn't it? He doesn't get that many assists. He got the few goals last season when they had no striker. He gets injured a lot as well because of his pace. I think what it is with Maxime, his best game usually in the season is against West Ham. So usually, rightly so, West Ham fans like him a lot. I remember him ripping us apart in the London Stadium under Pellegrini. And I think it was, I think Zabaleta was marking him that day. Can you imagine that? Uncle Zabaleta marking this thing. He absolutely ripped us. And then he scored again last season against us at their ground, which was that. I don't mind, but he's just injured regularly and just goes missing sometimes. But yeah, fair shout. But they do want to get rid of him, mate, and that makes me think that Eddie Howe, who again I rate a lot, not too sure about him. We do, mate. We do. No. The three I'm thinking of is get Luca in up front or Broja, and then you've got Antonio, Bowen, and Lingard as those three in the 4-2-3-1. So Lingard's got a permit to glide all over the pitch, left, right, up front, and then you got the two wingers who are going to cut in as well. And then don't forget, we hopefully got money to buy the two rapid fullbacks who will be providing that extra width. And that'll give you more different avenues to score a goal. You'll have Lingard going all over the place, cutting defences up, creating space behind, which is not happening now. Because we're so static now, passing sideways, backwards, more slowly, that space isn't being created. And we're just not scoring apart from set pieces, which that was drying up as well. So there's a lot of things to address in the team: pace, innovation, a bit of spark, a bit more pace. So hopefully it'll be addressed. Hopefully be addressed with that one. Yeah, but what I like about Villa is they don't stop; they go again. See, I know they got Bailey, 32 million on the bench. They got Bunia, 30 odd million on the bench. Coutinho's form went very quiet after a few games, and they've stumped up 20 million. So they're very brave. They sold Target. They bought in Kamara on a free CDM from Marseille we were after, and they bought a really expensive centre back. So yeah, what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to look at the transfer window as well very quickly for other clubs. Let's have a look at the comment. I can't keep up with it, so apologies. I'm going to have to whiz through these. Let me have a look at it. There we go. Too slow. Good comment. Hey James, how you doing, son? You all right, mate? Hope you keep me cool, mate. So hot, isn't it? I got the bloody I got the what do you call it? I got the virus, mate, for the second time. I'm struggling a bit, better than I've been, but I've had it since Wednesday, and hopefully next couple of days I'll be all right. So so many people have got it. I'm double jabbed and boosted, but everyone I speak to, they've all got the corona. So be safe, everyone. Yeah. It looks like 30 million. Deal's been agreed. Terms to be agreed on. I'll tell you what, they are backing Arteta, aren't they? Huge window last season. And even when you think about it, that Japanese fullback you bought, is he a right back you bought? Because I heard he's not sure about him already. So the board are backing him to have even like two people in every position, or like 34 million each. Jesus has done brilliantly for you guys, settled in really well. He used to get on my nerves at City, but he's finished a couple of times, set goals up. Good things for you guys, mate. Looking good. I think you guys were linked to Onana as well, but hopefully we'll get that one over the line, mate. No. Oh yeah, I'll see. I got up on that as an Arsenal. No. We'll get Onana, mate. We'll get Onana. It'd be a funny little name, wouldn't it, if you signed Onana with that kind of name? I don't know. I think if we sign Onana, that might even properly help Rice to go forward a bit more, I think, because he hit the post yesterday. I think he does want to score more goals. And I think hopefully that'd be a bit more robust, them two, interacting a bit more. Yeah, that is the worry, mate. But let's be patient. Really happy Uggard's come in. Areola had a shocking game yesterday. But I just hope David Moyes brings these players in the right way and to install confidence in the goalkeeper and settle him is to play him 90 minutes as many times as you can. So, it's the first time he's been given an outing and it's half a game. I mean, it's not good for anyone's development, really. You guys have had your Weetabix this morning. I can't keep up with this. This is nuts. Okay, where was I? That is a worry, mate, isn't it? That Conte and Arteta not hanging around, are they? Not hanging around, mate. Conte is class, mate. There we go. You do have some funny presenters, mate. Funny presenters, you look, do. Our set pieces dried up, didn't they, last season, mate? Cresswell, our free kicks. Our free kicks rarely used to make it past the first post. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, we really need to focus on that. We need two strikers, mate. A big one and someone maybe a bit cheap. We do need them. 10 million Pope. I am shocked by that. That's a great business for Newcastle. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Let's give him a fair crack. But I don't want him coming in one game and then he's got to give him a good run, you know, and tell him, listen, you're my goalkeeper for the next 10 games. We lose 4-0, 5-0. I'm not going to. That's how you bring a player on, you know. And I would start with him that you're my main one now, and it's for Fabianski to come in and for you to keep playing well. That's the way to do it. I think he had a good season with Fulham. Do you remember he was their player of the season? So he's used to the Premier League. I think he saved the West Ham penalty, didn't he? Even though that got retaken, I can't remember. But I think he's all right. Great save at Sevilla. Do you remember what a save that was? And then he never played after that. So again, it's all about maybe feeling extra pressure. You're permanent now, and then I've got half a game, half time, second half to show what I can do. That can play in your mind. So I want him to start a few games without the pressure being taken off, switched, and with a reasonably stable back four. You know, two French-speaking centre halves. It's all going to help, I think. I'm into DIY a lot at the moment. I've sorted out my front patio. I've done the driveway last weekend. I'm picking up all these things. I'm really getting into it now. I want to install the outside sockets, I think, in a couple of days' time once they get better. I'm going to redo the pathway at the back garden. I'm finding loads of, and there's a couple of things I got interest in it. I used to do it, then I got busy, and now I'm kind of okay. And when you ask any tradesman for a quote these days, in that storm we had, I had four wooden fence panels that blew away. They wanted £1,000. The fence panels cost 30 quid each. They wanted £1,000. I did it myself. You know, one of the boys helped me. Took me about a day. Sorted it out. I've done it before. £1,000 to replace four £30 fence panels. So that's the reasons, mate. I'm going to be. I can't sit down and do anything. I've got to walk around and start doing things. It's my habit anyway. Yeah. But because I'm not obviously not that well, I won't do too much. I'll just keep sticking to my lemonade, watch something nice on TV. But here's YouTube DIY. I'm a YouTube maniac. I just love it. Wife's always having a go at me. I just find so many interesting things to watch. You know, things like how I built my garden pub. Things I like watching stuff like that because you know I've got a bar in the garage, haven't I? Turned into like a West Ham room. I've got furniture coming in there in a couple of months. Stuff like that. I put a TV up there, so I'm always doing stuff, and there's always stuff for you doing. You know. What was that comment before? Okay. He's Marmite, mate, Fornells. He splits the fan base, mate. There's so many people that are more against him now because of his finishing and other things. He has few good games in the season, including Liverpool last season. But after that, you don't see, and you don't know what his position is. It's a bit like Joe Cole. Where are you going to fit in today's modern game? You know, you've got to be a bit more dynamic. And I do feel sorry for him when he has to cover for Cresswell as an example sometimes because Cressy doesn't want to defend. You know, he doesn't like to be 1-to-1. He tucks in next to centre backs and tells the winger to, can he cover for him? Do you know? So there's a lot of issues around the team. Fornals is okay. He's got a good engine on him. He's kind of our like little bit of a like Jeff Pike, and yeah, there's no reason to certainly not think of selling him or anything like that. But let me know your views. I know a lot of people not really sure about him. I hope we see a bit more, isn't it? I hope we see him in this qualifier as an example, or the League Cup draw. Hopefully we see that. Yeah, good point, mate. Yep. I know, mate. Fornals does get away with it sometimes, doesn't he? And I think Antonio got a lot, especially from me. Souček, yeah, I gave him stick all season, mate. But some players, yeah, they don't quite get it. Maybe he's an unsung hero. Sometimes in a team, like you get players who are not quite visible, but they're doing things. The machinery keep. So like I used to watch it like on the ground. When you're sitting at the top, you see a lot more than you do at home. So that's why perhaps you never used to look to do anything wrong in my eyes. Really, the thing I used to notice about Souček is he was never actually breaking up play or doing anything. All I used to see is Rice doing two people's jobs. So anyone intercepted, put their foot in, ran back and forth. It was Rice. Souček would keep running, but not actually do anything in the game. Not actually stick his foot in or assist, nothing. So I could run all day around the pitch, not doing anything. That's what the stats will show, that you ran a lot, didn't you? Good engine, but did you actually have any impact on the game? That's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah. No, I think he's a good lad, isn't he? Very highly thought of in the Spain squad. Paid decent money for him, wasn't it, under Pellegrini? I think he's settled in the area now. I usually go into the office in London, but they're saying it's a red warning from the Met office saying don't travel unless you need to, I think. So the wife's going to Paris. It's going to be 42, 44. I've got COVID, so I ain't going anywhere, mate. Yeah, because the driveway was fairly stable. So what you do, I read all about it, and what you do is you get jet wash, you clean all the gaps, all the weed, all the moss. Took about 1 or 2 hours. Sweep it, let it dry for 2 days. Use this kiln sand, put the sand in the joints with a brush. Again, give it a bit of time to dry, and then you seal it with this liquid we put on with a paint roller. And again, what it does, it actually hardens the sand. So everything's flat, everything's clean, sand in the joints, and then the sealer on the top of it. It's good for 2-3 years. It looks great. It looks like new. And I don't know what someone would have charged me for that. Materials, 2 bags of sand at £5 each, 50, 60 quid for the sealer. And I've got the jet wash anyway. So I'm sure that would have been 1.5, 2 grand. I don't know. Or more, I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, and there's a lot of worry about that. We got no pace, isn't there? There's a lot of worry about that now. That we got no pace. Yeah, I do agree with that. But he's hard working. He's always, but once we get that CDM in, then we don't really need a Fornals type, do we? Then we need someone who really makes an impact on the game, isn't it? Like I keep saying, the three Bowen, and I'm sure. I mean, I know I've had a go in Tony, but once we get that big lump, a great striker who is a striker up front, then those three will make things happen. Antonio, Bowen, Lingard, as an example, they will make things happen. They will set goals up, and they won't have to worry too much about who's up front. Shall I go Antonio or Bowen? Shall I run in there and see if I can get on the end of it? They'll have a focal point who'll hold it up, bring them into play, that kind of thing, and can head it in on the floor. Got a great shot on them, which Broja's got, and Scamacca has got as well. So that'll look neat. Fornals on the bench, Downs on the bench. It's going to be looking good. So if we get those 2-3 on the line this week, I think a lot of us are going to be feeling really, really happy with ourselves. No, hopefully, I don't think he's going anywhere. Yeah. I don't know what he is though. What do you think he is? Is he? Because we've played him CDM sometimes in his career. Do you know that? I don't know. Yeah. Bit of utility player, isn't he? Anyway, I've caught up with all the comments, so well done, Chaz. And what I'm going to do now, before I shoot off and give your afternoon back to you, everyone, is that we're going to look at the transfer window a little bit. Let me make it a bit bigger for you guys. So these are the main transfers, and then you can see what other clubs have done. Obviously, Haaland, 60 million, great fee for him. Nunes looks the dog's bollocks, doesn't he? Darwin Nunes, 75. He looks good, doesn't he? You know, he looks good. Sterling, Chelsea, 50, 60 million. Mane's gone. Lukaku's gone. Richarlison, let me know in the comments what you think about him. Very dynamic, full of pace. Next to Son and Kane, they're going to be a handful, mate. I wouldn't want to be in the defence against those guys, you know. Rafinha, Barcelona, 58 million. Jesus, 52 million. These are euros, so don't forget. I think Jesus, 45, not bad. Pogba's gone, everyone. Pogba's gone, free transfer. Phillips, City, 48 million. Diego Carlos. So he's the one that went Villa. So you see, Villa have done a lot of their work early. 31 million euros. Rudiger's gone. Okay. Khalido Koulibaly from Naples. He's gone to Chelsea. So Chelsea, yeah. Newcastle. Botman at centre-back, 37 million euros. Fabio Vieira, 35 million euros. Wow. Arsenal. Haller's gone Dortmund, isn't he? We knew about that. There's our boy at number 21, Agard. West Ham United, 35 million. Basuma, court case coming up. Don't know what's going to go on with that. Basuma, not sure about, isn't it? Not sure about Basuma still because of the court case, because I thought we were going to be in for him at that price, 22 million. Christensen, so Chelsea, lots of ins and outs. Bergwijn, they've got 31 million euros, Spurs. Very good luck, keep saying it, getting their money back. Okay, so Hugo Ekitike, PSG, it's saying it's a loan transfer. I've got to verify that yet, because I don't think they're after Lucas Scamacca anymore. This is the one we should have got, isn't it? Perhaps Kamara, free transfer, CDM, Villa. Wolves have got Nathan Collins. Everton got... Did anyone know that Everton got Tarkowski on a free? Isn't that a bit on the quiet? Did you know that, anyone? Tarkowski, at the age of 29, wanted to stay up north, has signed for Everton on a free transfer. Let me know if any of those guys knew that. I forgot about him. Coutinho, 20 million euros Villa. Yeah, he wasn't that good after the first few games, is my feeling, but that's fair enough. Yeah, I didn't know we forgot about him, didn't we, mate? And we're still linked with that other Burnley. There's one or two players left at Burnley and Wolves here, isn't it? Who else have we got here? Yeah, Ericsson confirmed to Man United a few days ago, free transfer. We did make an offer to him, but there you go. Right, so it is gone through now. Keane Lewis Potter, 19 million euros, Brentford. And they've got Aaron Hickey as well, left back, 16 million. Let me know what you think about Hickey at left back. He's gone to Brentford. So Brentford have got two players that we're after. How you doing, mate? You all right? Had your cornflakes and that? Yeah, we're just talking about the week, mate. I think it's going to be very important with Lingard giving his decision by next Friday. Onana and Luca, I think, will be West Ham players within the week, mate. That's my feeling. And we're just going through quickly the list of players who've moved on. And Tarkowski was saying we've forgotten about. He's joined Everton. And I'll look at one more page and see what else is down there. Let's have a look. A lot of good free transfers here. Everton have signed. Oh, actually, they've sold a winger. Okay, fair enough. Oliveira. Southampton have signed a goalkeeper, 14 million. Okay, so that's that on that one. Catch up, Hickey. Yeah, the website said left back, didn't it? But I don't know too much about him. But Brentford again. Another thing in the comments, let me know what you think. I think Ericsson, owed Brentford to remain there. That's my feeling, because they're the only team that stuck their head out, got the complicated insurance sorted, the documents. I just think he owed Brentford one more season. But I know loyalty is nothing such as that in the modern game. Let me know in the comments. I think he should have stayed at Brentford for a bit longer. And going to Man United, you've got to be mad. It's got to be a good financial package. I think Downs is quite a smart move, isn't it? Especially if Vieira was after him, and I trust Vieira's judgment. He showed last season he's a half a decent good manager, isn't he? Vieira, Patrick Vieira. Very surprised with him, but yeah, very, very good. Yeah. So he was about to get him, wasn't he? So, and he got Conor Gallagher last season, didn't he, as well? Oh, Rico Henry. I think James loves him, and one or two of my other friends. That boy's rapid, isn't he? I think we missed out on him, didn't he? He used to be at Bournemouth. I can't remember. That boy has got pace. He does well against both the games. They did a double over us last season, didn't they? Really. So anyway, I'm going to call it quits. There's the headline. 7 days. Our window's going to be largely shaped, and we're going to know what it's going to be all about. I'm predicting that, as I predicted before, Lingard will come in on a 3. You can let us know by next Friday. I think Luka Scamacca is going to be our chosen ordeal that we're going to do to bring him in. He's going to be our new striker. Onana's going to be our 6'5" CDM beast. And then the squad and the window will begin to take shape. A few smiles because we begin to get happy. And then, unfortunately, then the bad news will come. We're going to begin to release some players, I think. So your Benramas, your Vlasic's, your Dupes and Součeks, I think they're all going to go. And then we'll look back at what we've got left in the pot, and then hopefully we're going to look at another cheap striker and look at the full-back position, I think. And I'd like another number 10 in there. So you can see how many players we need, because I haven't got that much faith in Lanzini or our full-backs. Benrahma sometimes, things like that, and Tony up front, all those things. So once these boys are in, then I'll say then the team could be Areola, Agard, Zuma, 2 really good fullbacks, fast. I don't mind Kafal being one of them. Hopefully he comes back to near his best. Then you're going to have your Onana and Rice in the middle, Antonio, Lingard, Bowen behind Scamacca, and then a bench of Fornells, Benrahma, or whoever. 1 or 2 things like that. And I wouldn't mind the youngsters being on the bench more and more as well, really. So this week is going to be quite big, I think. Let me just go through the comments before we close off. Yeah, I said Broja ain't coming, mate. It's not happening. Even if you wanted to go, I think Chelsea will make it hard. They've seen the benefit of signing Zuma. Man United have seen the benefit of when they gave Lingard to us. So I don't think these top 6 clubs want to give their players to us. They will waste our time, like they've done with Lingard, very cleverly. Man United forced us into buying Vlasic and Král, and that's a good move by them, and good luck to them doing that. But what we must learn is, okay, Broja is his number 1, but we're not going to wait and wait and wait. I think Broja wants to come, but he's under contract. So let's move on to the other boy. And what I've seen of him, Lucas Scamacca, looks great. 23, a little bit higher, further down the road in development. He's great all-round game. There's no weakness. You can't be 6'5" and be like Salah. So he's not rapid. You can't be. But on the floor, keeping it, dribbling it, shooting on the floor, heading it, mobility-wise, confidence-wise, attitude-wise, there's no issue with him. There's no issue with him, really. Yeah. See, the thing with him, like Onana, we pay 32, 33 million for him. Their scouts picked him up for 6 million. That's a scout. Signing Scamacca for 42 million or Onana now, for me, That's not a good scouting thing, because we can see they're good. Signing Saka, signing Saka from French Division 2 in Bilic's season and Lanzini from the Middle East, that's a scout. Cresswell from Ipswich, that's a good scout. You see what I mean? If you're signing 40, 50, 60, 70, usually the words around, everyone knows what they're about. Kufal was a great scouting sign. Souček was a wonderful. Bowen, not bad. That's when I respect the scouting system a bit more. Not with any of these. I think Agard's a good one. I think Agard's okay. That's a obviously the league hasn't started yet, but that hopefully will come off. Downs will be good because 10 million is a great price, you know. Stat wise, apparently him and Rice are neck to neck in terms of running around, tackling, and doing things like that. Because they always say Basuma's got the best stats, but I think top 3-4 around the top 2 leagues in UK, I think Downs is there or thereabouts. So that's a good one. Listen, as far as we know, we're meant to know that Moyes is in charge of it. I think Frankie and 1 or 2 others are not sure. We don't know, you know, because some crazy things happen. Benrahma, Vlasic, for me, it's in the air who really brought them in. It's just that you can't say a certain player's yours, and then you kind of that sixth sense is like Moyes is cold towards Benrahma, isn't he? Cold towards Vlasic, isn't he? Very, very cold towards Král. It's that sixth sense, isn't it? You don't have to say that I don't love you, I don't like you, but you can tell. Was he really your player? Lingard, you can tell. Moyes busted the gut to bring that boy in. Couldn't wait to get him. Put his arms around him, cuddle him, pat him on the back. It's the chemistry, isn't it? You don't buy a player and like Král not talk to him all year. Come on. It's not rocket science, is it? So I don't think Benrahma, Král, or Vlasic are David Moyes' signing. So Frankie being wise, Frankie, I think Sullivan still got his finger in there. But let me know in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, 18. I'm struggling. I got the virus, mate. I'm struggling. Yeah. But I'm feeling better. A lot of people have got it. So stay safe. Happy Emirates. Don't catch any trains. It's too hot. Too much virus going on around again. And it's my second time. We might do a show called Good Moaning. That's a great idea, mate. I better write that down. That is a great idea. Good Moaning. Trojans on it, mate. Oh, my God. Oh, I didn't know this show was going to be this long. 1 hour 33 we're on it. Yeah, it's my second time. Yeah. Water coming out of my eyes, sniffles, coughing. Then when the show started happy, no one could hear me for a few minutes. All fun and games. Oh, I'm glad everyone's stuck on though anyway. But basically, summarising for everyone and happy Emirates. We've been live for 1.5 hours. My feeling, everyone, is that the 7 days are going to be one of the most crucial, if not the crucial, in where we're going with this, which means Lingard, we've been told from numerous sources, next Friday the 22nd is when he's going to tell West Ham and 1 or 2 other people where he's going. Saudi Arabia, West Ham, or is there one other Premiership club involved? I think we're going to sign Onana and the Italian striker Lucas Scamacca this week. And then we're probably going to look at releasing 3-4 of the others I was mentioning. And then we'll move on and see how much money we got left and look at the fullback positions, I think. And then everyone, where we're gonna look good. I think so, Happy. I think the thing with the virus is looking at the new rules and regulations. I am at home, but I think you are allowed to go out. You don't have to be isolated anymore. I have been double jabbed and boosted. And it is like having a really bad cold. I got it on Tuesday when I went into central London on the train, I think, for work. Only going once a week in London, so I think I caught it then because Wednesday I had the flu and I was telling everyone, I got flu in this hot weather, I don't know what's going on. And then I went to a barbecue on Friday. I had a test on Thursday, it was all right. But Friday, all my mates were like, oh yeah, the kids, the missus, they've all got it. And I was like, what the hell are you doing here then? So people are not isolating, I'm being told not to anymore. And loads of people have got it. And so hopefully next couple of days it should be back to normal. Just a case of Yeah, thankfully, nothing to do with breathing, coughing that much. It's just feeling a bit weak, a bit like a flu, bit of a headache. So just top up your Lemsips and things like that, really. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. I saw the footage this morning and I love what I saw in him. Broja, I don't think is coming. Chelsea are not going to sell him to us. They're going to keep him for a while, or perhaps give him to someone in the bottom 10 of the league. They saw what happened when we got Zuma. I was saying, I don't think Broja's going to happen, mate. Not going to happen. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to give your morning back to you to enjoy. Hope everyone stays safe from the virus. Enjoy the weather. Keep cool. Wear a hat. Have plenty of hot water. Look after your elderly and young. God bless you all. And hopefully, well, I definitely think 1 or 2 big signings next week coming up, everyone. And I'll jump on it straight away and we'll have a bit of a party and a bit of an enjoy, really. So, love you all. Stay safe. Take care and have a great Sunday. Come on, you irons.